Welcome to the Everything podcast, and this episode I'm going to be recapping Legends of Tomorrow Season 1, Episode 1, titled Pilot Part 1, which was originally released on the 21st of January 2016, and I'm recording this episode just over 9.5 years later on the 18th of August 2025. Before I get on with my recap, here is the Legends of Tomorrow Season 1 trailer.
Vandal Savage, an evil dictator blessed with immortality. He has achieved what no one in human history ever has. He has conquered the entire planet.
And you are? Rip Hunter. I'm from East London. Oh, and the future. I've been tasked with assembling an elite team to travel through time, to capture Savage before he grows into the monster he becomes. Of all the people who ever lived, I chose you 8. I certainly hope that you won't let me and the world down.
I can get behind that.
It's time to start growing, so it's gonna get a little rough.
You've lived in the shadows long enough. Be a hero in the light.
Let's get this party started. Sure it's a good idea to leave these two unsupervised on a time machine? I don't just burn, pal. You, my love, almost got us killed. Have you two considered couples counseling? I know it's difficult for you to fathom, but in the future, none of you are heroes. You're legends.
Course plotted for 1975.
All your worlds are about to change. People actually war this crap? Fortunately, we now have larger problems than Savage. If only you'd have listened to me about the dangers of upsetting the timeline.
I've seen Men of Steel die and Dark Knights fall.
Your entire 21st century world will suffer.
Rip has already seen the future. He knows exactly what's in store for each of us.
If we have the power to change the world, don't you think we have the power to change our own fate?
For better or for worse.
I like being part of a team, man.
Me too.
Let's do this. I love the cities.
Don't miss The Flash and Arrow. Heroes join forces. Tuesday, December 1st on the CW.
That was the trailer for Legends of Tomorrow Season 1. But without further ado, here's my recap of Legends of Tomorrow Season 1, Episode 1, titled Pilot Part 1. In London, 2166, known as the Second Blitz, a huge amount of people are killed. Rip Hunter introduces Vandal Savage. Vandal Savage speaks to Rip's son. Vandal compliments Rip's wife whilst insulting Rip. Rip's son spits at Savage. Vandal Savage kills Rip's son. Rip mentions Julius Caesar and Hitler. Rip is a Time Master. Another Time Master reminds Rip what Time Masters should do. Rip attempts to convince the Time Masters to stop Savage. Rip updates Gideon. Rip mentions Star City 2016. Gideon reveals what the early 21st century is known for. We then have the Legends of Tomorrow title sequence. Rip introduces Ray. Oliver talks to Ray. Oliver compliments Ray's suit. Ray fights multiple people. Rip points something at Ray. Rip introduces Sarah. Sarah attacks and fights someone. Rip points something at Ray. Rip introduces Dr. Stein and Jax as Firestorm. Jax attacks someone. Dr. Stein and Jax separate. Rip points something at Dr. Stein and Jax. Rip introduces Kendra as Hawkgirl and Carter as Hawkman. Carter insults Kendra's flying ability. Rip mentions corporal therapy. Rip points something at Kendra and Carter. Gideon mentions Snart and Mick. Rip points something at Snart and Mick. Everyone wakes up. Dr. Stein insults Snart. Jax describes Rip. Rip introduces himself to everyone. Rip mentions being from the future. Rip asks for everyone's help. Kendra and Carter believe Savage is dead. Kendra mentions Oliver and Barry. Rip reveals Savage's plan. Rip mentions 2166. Rip believes everyone is legends. Rip compliments everyone. Rip reveals what 2166 currently looks like. Rip gives everyone 36 hours to decide. Oliver fights multiple people along with Ray. Ray says goodbye to Oliver. Oliver mentions Rip, Snart and Mick. Oliver mentions his relationship with Trust. Ray mentions his presumed death. Ray defends Rip to Oliver. Oliver gives Ray some advice. Kendra and Carter discuss Savage. Carter mentions his and Kendra's past lives. Carter attempts to convince Kendra to accept Rip's offer. Carter and Kendra agree to fight to decide if they join Rip. Sarah and Laurel fight. Laurel mentions their parents. Sarah mentions time travel. Laurel believes Sarah should accept Rip's offer. Sarah mentions her death and bloodlust. Laurel mentions her grief and the Black Canary, as well as Oliver and Rip. Laurel names Sarah the White Canary. Laurel mentions Cisco. Laurel introduces Sarah to her new suit. Snart and Mick discuss Rip. Snart attempts to convince Mick to accept Rip's offer. Snart is successful in this. Dr. Stein and Jax discuss Rip's offer. Jax mentions his age. Dr. Stein respects Jax's decision. Dr. Stein mentions Firestorm. Dr. Stein drugs Jax. Jax collapses. Everyone reunites with Rip. Carter won the fight between him and Kendra. Rip mentions Victorian England. Rip introduces everyone to the Wave Rider. Everyone explores the Wave Rider. Dr. Stein asks Mick to assist Jax. Mick obliges. Ray mentions one of his research papers. Dr. Stein admits that he doesn't remember Ray. Dr. Stein corrects Mick. Rip introduces everyone to Gideon. Rip mentions Savage. Rip introduces Professor Boardman. The Legends are on their way to 1975. Rip warns the Legends about time travel side effects. The Wave Rider starts travelling. Jax wakes up. Rip warns Jax. Rip asks the Legends to stay calm. Multiple people watch the Wave Rider take flight. Kronos mentions Rip. Kronos kills these people. The Wave Rider arrives in 1975. Mick throws up. Ray suffers from vertigo. Dr. Stein is currently blind. Rip checks on Dr. Stein. Jax wants to return to 2016. Rip informs Sarah, Snart and Mick that they are not needed for this part of the mission. Sarah has an issue with this. Dr. Stein understands Rip's actions regarding Dr. Boardman. Jax chooses to stay on the Wave Rider with Snart, Sarah and Mick. Ray and Dr. Stein love time travel. Dr. Boardman wakes up. Dr. Boardman meets Rip, Ray, Dr. Stein, Carter and Kendra. Dr. Boardman knows of Carter and Kendra. Rip mentions Savage. Gideon warns Sarah, Snart and Mick. Mick insults Gideon. Snart refuses to let Jax join him, Mick and Sarah. Dr. Boardman informs everyone of Carter, Kendra and Savage's shared history. Ray mentions the particle accelerator explosion. Carter believes he and Kendra should have remembered Dr. Boardman. If the particle accelerator explosion sounds familiar, depending on when episodes come out, that is because that actually happened in the pilot of The Flash. Again, with the crossover shared universe thing, it is getting a bit confusing. Dr. Boardman mentions World War I. Carter and Kendra learn that Dr. Boardman is their son. Dr. Boardman reveals he was 10 when they reincarnated. Rip interrupts Carter, Kendra and Dr. Boardman, Dr. Stein insults Savage. Sarah, Snart and Mick get some drinks. Mick mentions his mum. Sarah asks Snart to dance. Snart refuses to dance with Sarah. Sarah provokes a man. Sarah fights multiple people. Sarah asks for Snart and Mick's help. Snart and Mick help Sarah. There's way too many S's there. By fighting multiple people. Mick mentions the 1970s. Jax asks Gideon to take him home. Gideon informs Jax of the instructions Rip gave her. An explosion occurs. Gideon introduces Jax to Kronos. Kronos shoots at the Wave Rider. Dr. Boardman mentions Savage. Dr. Stein believes something is wrong with Jax. Rip thanks Dr. Boardman. Carter and Kendra attempt to convince Rip to save Dr. Boardman. Rip mentions being a time master. Carter informs Rip that they are saving Dr. Boardman. Gideon mentions Rip. Kendra fights Kronos. Carter helps Kendra. Rip shoots at Kronos. Dr. Boardman notices Rip's laser gun. Dr. Stein and Ray ask Rip to cover them. Ray helps Dr. Stein. Dr. Stein thanks Ray. Sarah, Snart and Mick attack Kronos. Dr. Stein and Jax become Firestorm. Snart compares Kronos to Boba Fett. Carter and Kendra help Dr. Boardman. Everyone returns to the Wave Rider. Rip asks Gideon to sort out the medbay for Dr. Boardman and for Gideon to organise for the Wave Rider to move to somewhere else. Gideon updates Rip. Rip mentions repairs. Rip reveals what the temporal zone is. Rip insults the legends. Kendra punches Rip. Carter and Kendra warn Rip. Rip reveals he is no longer a Time Master. Sarah punches Rip. Rip comes clean to the legends. Rip mentions 2166. Mick threatens Rip. Ray insults himself and the legends. Rip mentions Savage. Rip mentions his wife and son. Rip reveals Savage killed his wife and son. Rip insults the Time Masters and Savage. Rip gives the legends the option to return to 2016. Dr. Stein suggests that everyone takes some time to decide about staying on the Wave Rider. Kendra talks to Dr. Boardman. Dr. Boardman gives Kendra something. Kendra thanks Carter. Carter apologises to Kendra for getting her name wrong. Kendra reveals Carter didn't need to apologise to her. Dr. Stein apologises to Jax. Dr. Stein mentions time travel. Jax mentions quantum physics. Dr. Stein mentions his age. Jax mentions Kronos whilst attempting to reassure Dr. Stein. Dr. Stein mentions Firestorm. Jax admits he has changed his mind about the Wave Rider. Jax mentions football and feeling safe. Jax insults Snart and Mick. Ray causes something to happen. Ray apologises to Sarah, Snart and Mick. Ray mentions Destiny and him being the Atom. Sarah corrects Ray. Sarah mentions Rip. Rip and Gideon discuss the legends and the repairs needed due to Kronos. Kendra informs Rip that Dr. Boardman has died. Rip expresses his sympathy to Kendra. Kendra blames herself for Dr. Boardman's death. Rip attempts to reassure Kendra. Rip mentions Kronos and Savage as well as time. Everyone agrees to stay on the Wave Rider. Dr. Stein mentions fate. Carter mentions Savage. Rip mentions Dr. Boardman. Savage is currently in 1975 Norway. Savage updates someone. Savage mentions humanity in World War II as well as wars. And that is my recap of Legends of Tomorrow Pilot Part 1. Let me know what you thought of Legends of Tomorrow Pilot Part 1 if you watched it. My recap, if you didn't, you can put your thoughts on both of those in the comments below, as well with anything else from Roots Colour and channel, such as any previews or recaps, put those in the comments below. As well, remember to also like, comment and subscribe, and just remember that if you want an audio-only version of the podcast, please go and head over to the podcast X page, which is Xing with the Everything Podcast, and you should be able to find the Spreaker links for each episode. So, yeah, if you want them, but please continue watching the video episodes as well, because Matt spends a long time on them, because basically all I have to do is write and record, and then Matt spends, it's an insane amount of time he spends on the episodes. But another reminder that there 2 episodes of the podcast released every day now, with the first episode released at 11 AM GMT and the second episode released at 3 PM GMT. Without further ado, I will see you in a future episode of the podcast. See you then. Goodbye.